Alright, deboning chicken thighs. Back in the day, in my early 20s, when I used to kill chickens for a living, I could debone an entire chicken in about a minute. I don't know if I could do that now, maybe if I practiced or something, but yeah, I took some chicken thighs out of the freezer, mostly thawed, still a little bit frozen, but that's okay. Find the bone and kind of cut along it with a boning knife. Helps if you have a good sharp knife. Let's start off with that. Down one side, the other side. You kind of want to get it underneath a little bit. Cut it down the sides and cut it from up underneath. There's going to be a knuckle in there. And then just bring it all the way down. There. A little bit of meat left on that one. We've got a boneless thigh. What I'm going to do with these for the chicken Caesar salad tonight, I am going to barbecue them, grill them up, give them some color, have some nice flavor on them in the chicken, or sorry, in the salad. The bones I'm going to save, I'm going to make a little chicken stock out of that. That'd be perfect. Make a little batch. You know what, I've got some asparagus in the fridge from the other day. Maybe tomorrow I'll make some cream of asparagus soup. How does that sound? Okay, so this one's a little frozen still, but that's okay. Probably easier to do when they're frozen as opposed to having them when they're warmer, because when they're warmer that means they get a little more slippery. Try not to slice my finger off. I haven't cut myself in a long time. He says as he cuts himself on camera, right? So, you know what, I'll keep on doing these. Show you how the chicken stock goes after what I put in there for that. Get all these piled up and grill those off later on. Sweet. Okie dokie, making a little batch of chicken stock. I got my chicken thigh bones left over from deboning the thighs for the chicken Caesar. I've got some celery. Ooh, gonna need a knife, I guess. That wouldn't hurt, eh? Alright. Some celery. I've got like half a dozen, 7, 8, whatever, garlic cloves in there. Just going to chop the celery, rough chop into about 1-inch pieces, because we're just simmering it. We want to get the flavor out of it, and with the chicken stock, chicken bones. A carrot, chop the top and the end off. Same thing, smaller chunks. I got a cat behind me whining. Look at it. Actually, no, I'm going to put this in a bigger pot. In a slightly bigger pot, so I can get more liquid in there. Making dishes for myself, but that's okay. Onion. In. I said mirepoix. I think I mentioned this before. If you're doing mirepoix for stock or whatever, roasting a chicken, roast beef, you want to go about 2 to 1 onion to everything else. Got some dried rosemary. Again, if I had fresh stuff, I'd be putting that in there. I've got bay leaf, a couple in there. Fresh peppercorns, not fresh peppercorns, black peppercorns. For this amount, probably about a tablespoon. That's about a tablespoon or so, in my guesstimation. A little bit of dried thyme. Put about, I don't know, about a teaspoon or so. Once this comes up to the boil and the simmer, it's going to smell like Christmas in here. Well, Christmas in my house anyway. I don't know about Christmas in your place. Oh, Amira's wrecking something over there. Little turkey. Okay, so we've got everything in. I got some cold water. About 1 inch from the top. Crank up the burner. Let it come to a boil. Reduce it to a simmer. Skim it if I have to. See how much scum comes to the top? There's always a little bit of scum from the bones, the blood and stuff. The blood will cook and congeal and float to the top, and that's the stuff you want to skim off. Or the technical term, I guess, is impurities, if you want to call them that. If you want to be technical. Me, I don't care. Call it whatever you want. Anyway, I'll get this boiling, come back later, and I'll show you what it's like when it's simmering. Alrighty, we're up to a boil. Woo, bad camera work again. We crank it up, get it to a rolling boil, and turn it down. And there's just a few bones in there. I guess maybe 8 thighs, 10 thighs, maybe. Simmer them for about, I don't know, what is it, 3:30 now. Simmer them for about 3 hours or so, 4 hours. Strain it off, and yeah, we'll have a beautiful, wonderful looking chicken stock, and I'll make some cream of asparagus soup tomorrow. Toodles. Jesus loves you. Alright, the chicken stock is done. Looking lovely. It's reduced quite a bit. And then we just strain it. Drip for a little bit. And clean up my mess a little bit. How you doing, butthead? Stock is done. Now we're just waiting for the company to show up. And yeah. Whoa. We'll be good to go. Ooh, excuse me. We'll be good to go. I don't know if you can see that or not. Try to show you that without actually spilling it. Yeah. Smells like chicken stock to me. Wonder bar. Okay, I'll be back.